You don't forget the night your entire world collapses. For me, it wasn't some dramatic car crash or a sudden accident. It was something quieter, deadlier. My wife's betrayal. My name is Ryan Carter, 37 years old, an architect who thought he had the perfect family. My wife, Emily, and I had been married for 10 years. We had a daughter, Lily, just 7 years old. To the world, we looked like the picture-perfect couple. Dinners together, vacations in Italy, birthday parties with balloons and laughter. But beneath that picture, a shadow had been growing, and I had been too blind to see it. Started small. Emily had always been affectionate, but over time, her hugs felt colder, her kisses shorter. She'd linger on her phone at night, turning the screen away from me. When I asked her who she was talking to, she'd laugh it off. Just my friend from yoga. Don't be so paranoid. But paranoia was exactly what started creeping into my heart. One night, after she fell asleep, I picked up her phone. My hands were shaking as I scrolled, telling myself I was crazy, that I wouldn't find anything. And then I saw it, a message that made my stomach drop. Last night was incredible. I can still feel you. It wasn't from a friend from yoga. It was from Ethan Black, my closest friend since college. A man who had been my best man at our wedding, who had played with my daughter like an uncle. My heart slammed in my chest. The betrayal wasn't just from my wife. It was from my brother in all but blood. I sat there in the dark, staring at those words, my entire body shaking. For the next few weeks, I played the role of the clueless husband. I kissed Emily goodbye before work. I grabbed beers with Ethan. I smiled for the neighbors. But inside, I was planning. I wasn't going to confront them in a screaming match. I wasn't going to cry or beg. No, I was going to burn their world to the ground. I started collecting evidence, screenshots of messages, photos of them sneaking into hotels, call logs, even videos from a private investigator I hired. Every piece of betrayal stacked neatly in a folder labeled Justice. The night of their downfall came on our 10th anniversary. Emily had planned a big dinner at a fancy restaurant, inviting all our friends. She wanted the world to see us as strong, unbreakable. But I had other plans. Halfway through dinner, I raised my glass. 10 years of marriage, I said, smiling. A decade of love, trust, and honesty. Or at least, that's what I thought. Emily's smile froze. Ethan looked at me with confusion. That's when I pulled out the folder and slid it across the table. Read it, I told her. She opened it, her face draining of color. The entire restaurant fell silent as pages of messages and photos slipped out onto the white tablecloth. Gasps erupted around us. Ethan's face turned pale. Emily stammered, trying to explain, but there was nothing left to explain. Congratulations, I said, standing up. You've destroyed 2 families with your lies. I walked out, leaving her sobbing in front of everyone. But that was just the beginning. My revenge had only begun to unfold. In the weeks that followed, Emily tried everything. She begged for forgiveness. She said it was just a mistake, that Ethan meant nothing to her. She even had the nerve to blame me, saying I had been too focused on work, that I hadn't given her enough attention. But I had stopped listening. Every word she spoke sounded like poison. I filed for divorce immediately, and with the mountain of evidence I had collected, custody of Lily came to me without a fight. Emily's lawyer tried to argue, but the judge didn't even flinch when he saw the proof of her betrayal. She was granted visitation rights, but only under strict conditions. Ethan, meanwhile, faced his own storm. His wife, Sarah, found out everything when I mailed her a copy of the evidence. Their marriage imploded overnight. She filed for divorce, taking their 2 kids with her. Ethan lost his family, his home, and soon his job, because Sarah also leaked the affair to his employer, where workplace morality clauses were taken seriously. But still, I wasn't done. Revenge isn't just about justice. It's about making sure the betrayers never forget what they did. I knew Ethan loved his reputation, his image as the good guy everyone admired. So I made sure the truth spread far and wide. Friends, colleagues, neighbors, everyone knew what he had done. Every time he walked down the street, people whispered. Every time he tried to move forward, the past clawed him back. Emily, too, struggled. She moved into a small apartment, her glamorous life gone. She tried dating again, but every man who Googled her name found the scandal. Screenshots always had a way of resurfacing. Meanwhile, I thrived. My career soared. My daughter Lily and I built a new life together, one free from lies. And though the pain of betrayal never truly disappears, I found strength in knowing that I hadn't just survived. I had conquered. The final act of my revenge came 1 year later. I invited both Emily and Ethan to Lily's school recital. They came, sitting awkwardly in the audience. And as Lily sang her little heart out, her eyes never once searched for her mother or Ethan. They searched for me. That was my victory, not just in destroying them, but in showing them they had lost everything. My trust, my love, my family. When people ask me if revenge was worth it, I tell them this: revenge wasn't just worth it. It was necessary, because some betrayals demand more than forgiveness. They demand fire, and I made sure Emily and Ethan burned.